Welcome to this beginner's guide for Subnautica 2. In this guide, we'll be going over where to find crafting materials such as titanium, copper, and silver, where to find useful blueprints like the basic room and Moonpool, where to find useful fragments such as the Wake Maker, Habitat Builder, Tadpole, and many more, as well as going over base building tips and techniques that I've learned and discovered. This is going to be more of a casual guide, so not too many edits or quick cuts, just chill gameplay and casual talking. So, without further ado, let's begin. So, here's our fabricator, and the first thing that we are going to want to build is our multi-tool and our scanner. We can right click to pin these, start looking for these materials. And here's our storage, and we already have some nutrient blocks and one first aid kit. I'm going to put the other first aid kit in here and give ourselves a clean inventory to jump in.
Locating the colony is your best chance of survival. A prolonged search will require food and water.
Now, I'm just going to change the setting here so we don't get interrupted too much. Alright, so just to mute the dialogue so that way we're not trying to talk over each other. So our starting first crafting material is titanium. This is its smallest form that it comes in. It comes in 3 sizes. So you can just pick it up like that. We're just going to go for oxygen right away. And we're going to want a little bit more titanium. So this cave right to the east here has some more titanium in it, but you got to be careful of the toxic sponges. They want to damage you. Very painful. Alright, and down here we got a storage locker, or water locker. So this is actually kind of useful at the beginning because you can fill this up full of goodies. All your crafting materials, and you can just kind of carry it around. So we can keep going down here and see if there's anything else down there. And there is. We've got more titanium. That's its second form. It's a lot bigger. And now we have copper. Quite a bit of copper, actually. A lot more copper than I thought there would be. Alright, so let's go back up.
Oxygen.
It's toxic sponges. Alright, so if you place your water locker close to your fabricator, then it should be able to read all of the ingredients inside, and it does. So we have our titanium underneath us, and it is reading that being close enough in a container. So let's build our multi-tool. Nice. Alright, so next up is our scanner. We're going to need quartz and a basic battery for this. So, to get the acidic rayon for our basic battery, simply right below us. This is why we need our multi-tool. Now, these also have medical gel sacks that you can take, but sometimes they have like a poison that pops out of them. Next, we should try to get some water. So we're going to pick up these water slugs, just so we can stay down here for a little bit longer. We use the oxygen tunic right there to give us a little bit more oxygen. Alright, and we have another water locker down here, and a scannable fragment. It's a flashlight. Titanium. Alright, let's grab portable locker. I would imagine these could be kind of good in multiplayer co-op as well, because Then you could all take them on your journey. Still have yet to try that out though. So I'm just gonna put everything inside this locker. And I'm gonna keep the water slugs on me. We're gonna make some water. Like that. Alright, so we also had a metal salvage, which we can turn into salvaged titanium. And now that we have the proper resources, we can make our basic battery, copper, and acidic rayon pouch. And honestly, I would probably make at least 2 of them, just to have a backup battery. Always try to keep at least 1 backup battery on you when you have a wake maker. Just in case you run out of batteries. Alright, so next we're going to need quartz. So let's go get some quartz. I'm going to drink some water. A little bit of a waste of water, but I won't talk about that. Alright, so we don't really have a reason to keep a basic battery on us right now because we don't really have any equipment that uses batteries. Alright, so inside these coral domes, you'll be able to find your quartz. Where else? There we go. Any more? Yep. Now, I would try to grab at least a handful of... Maybe more than a handful. I feel like... Around 10. Ah, here we go. I want to have 2 inside. Playing with fire a little bit here, but... Our O2 is a little bit low.
Oxygen.
Alright, and we can hold 2 more. So we can grab these quartz. Now, if you're someone like me who loves putting an excessive amount of windows on their base, then you'll probably want a lot of quartz. In fact, I would say titanium and quartz for base building are probably the 2 things I use the most of. Alright, so we can go make our scanner. Nice. Very good. Alright, so our inventory is still full of stuff, but we can put everything in this storage as well. And what are we doing for food? We might need to eat some food in a little bit. Okay, let's unmark that. I'm going to mark our air bladder and mark basic fins. First, we're going to go grab the habitat builder, which is in this welcome center, at least pieces of it. You can find it all scattered around this world. But I like going to the welcome center to find it. I think there's at least 3 fragments inside. And there's someone stuck in there. Alright, grab this water slug and first part of our habitat builder. Now, there's another piece right up ahead over to the east there, northeast. But let's scan all this stuff in here first. So, biolab, a piece of a dining table. Some wall lights. Nice poster. Display tank. Obviously, this is very important. And below us, there's an oxygen tunic. And our second piece of the habitat builder. Some lore stuff. So far it has a pretty good story side. definitely recommend just listening to the story if you find that stuff interesting. Alright, anything else to scan in here? If we put a battery in here, that'll give you the ability to talk with the Noah robot thingy. Alright, how much room do we got? Okay, we still got time. So, next we're gonna grab this Lucifer rot sack, which can be found by grabbing these little yellow bulbs. And we're gonna grab some fiber, which you can get from these curtain organs. And that looks like you grab everything there. That's okay.
Oxygen.
Alright, so we're gonna head back, get us probably some food, because we're looking a little bit malnourished. Another useful thing that I found out, just from testing out to see if a bed would heal, was actually if you have around full food and full water, you will just automatically start healing. So if you don't have any medkits on you, that could be a useful thing if you're kind of stuck somewhere. Alright, so let's turn all of our rod sack into all that we can. Into rubber, make some fiber, and just to save a bit of room, I'm gonna make a little bit of glass. And now we can make our air bladder. Unpin that. Next up is our basic fin. Oh, and we got one water. 2 water. Okay, so some food. Put our water in there. And this metal salvage, hopefully in one of these spots. Nope. Alright. So we're gonna go back to get some more curtain gorgon, well, fiber I should say. And the reason the air bladder is good, I'll show you once we're down here for a little bit. It's also pretty fun to use. Where's that fiber we had? Oh, a second. Sometimes we might get attacked by guys like these, but you can always hit the back.
Oxygen.
But he knows better. Alright, so we use our air bladder. This will send you flying up from around 100 meters deep. It'll send you flying, like straight up. That's very useful. Especially considering how slow you swim in this game. Especially at the beginning. Alright. Now we need some more rot sack. Now these coral right here, these can actually be quite useful as well. But not right now. Because we're missing... to make them useful, you're going to need lead. And you can get access to some lead, but right now it's just not really worth the hassle, I think. Some copper, we'll take that. And we'll take that rod sack right there too. Because we have the air bladder, I'm not really worried about our O2. Alright, time to head back. And of course, the Noetic Advisor has more stuff for us, so I'm just going to skip through all that really quick. Just so we don't have the HUD icon constantly going off. Alright, so we can't eat right now because we don't have the adaptation, but I will show you that next. After we make our basic fins. Turn this into fiber. Alright, let's make our basic fins. That. Next is our standard air tank. So we're going to need rubber for that, so let's turn one of these into rubber. Now, I would keep at least one on you, or two for grease, because that will be useful as well. And fiber mesh will be useful, but nothing comes to mind that we'll need it for right now. Let's also make our habitat builder. Okay, we unlock the wiring kit as well for that. Nice. Alright, so we can make a small base right now to just throw extra storage in if we want. But I don't know if it's really worth, because we're not going to be grabbing too many materials here, so I can always turn some of this into glass, and I think we're going to actually do that. Okay. Oh, maybe we'll turn that into, oh no, never mind. And one water. Got water. Nope. Alright, with the fins we're a little bit quicker. So now we're going to be heading around north. Is it northeast? Yeah, northeast. From our life pod, and we're going to be grabbing this adaptation right here. Very obvious as to where to go. As you got this massive angel comb that's welcoming you into its embrace. It's the same one as the tutorial, so. And obviously the HUD is letting us also know. So let's touch this. Touch. Digestion. Now we can eat the local flora and fauna without it being toxic to us. I don't think there's anything scannable here that we don't have. Alright, so we're going to go all the way back up. From, where's our angel comb right here? We'll be heading around north, because what we're going to do is look for this beacon right here, and there's a trench that we're going to want to follow into. Now first, before we even go in there, I'm going to grab the first piece to the wake maker right here, and our second one into there, so I'm actually going to grab that as well, just to get that all out of the way right now. Also gotta give myself a mental reminder that we have our air bladder, so we don't need to worry about oxygen. This would be a little bit easier to see with the flashlight, but yeah, we didn't scan that. So. Okay, so that'll open that up, so that way we can watch. That way we can go dive down here and go grab everything inside. Alright, so right here is our scanner station. Got another piece of the dining table. And right here is our wake maker fragment. And anything else? Trash can. Anything else useful that we can see before we gotta run? Not that I see. Let's go quick. Instantly use our air bladder. Good to go. How much room do we have? We got lots of room. Alright, so we got a friend that wants to say hello to us. But we don't want to say hello back, so we're just going to back away. Alright, now we're going to dive into this trench. He still wants to say hello to us, but we don't really want to say hi back. Still. It's that guy at the superstore, or wherever you are, supermarket, that you just try to back away from slowly. Alright. Start picking up some of the silver. I think pent is used for something, but I can't remember at the top of my head right now.
Oxygen.
Alright. So we're gonna have to go all the way back up. And we're good for silver. Lots of titanium here. But I still want to grab a little bit more silver. We can see any. So, if you see another one of these, make sure to grab it. You can stick these hydroelectric. What are you doing, dude? Hydroelectric turbines. That's right, you better run. In these currents.
Oxygen.
And it'll give you power. Alright, now we're going to go to this old habitat. Inside, a little bit of oxygen right here. We're going to go all the way to the back here. Right here, we've actually got a tadpole fragment. We can grab one of these. A pretty easy one to find. There, we've unlocked a power cell. Push this button. Tell us about the bloom infestation, and that'll be an update on our scanner. I'm just gonna grab this so that way it just stops beeping. Alright, so up here we've got the rest of our dining table. First piece to a dining chair. Second piece to a dining chair. Very important, we've got a battery terminal. First piece. And last piece to the dining chair. Grab some more oxygen. Alright, now down below, we have a processor. We've got a first piece to a sonic resonator. First piece to a lab chair. Okay, this is actually kind of useful because this will give you a little bit's information on the infestation that you're dealing with. And we've got the second piece to our sonic resonator right there. So honestly, this is probably single-handedly the best location to get your starting blueprint stuff. Minus the habitat builder at the welcome center. There's just so much good stuff in here. We've even got another piece, the last piece to the awake makers right here. I'm just gonna go back up for oxygen again. It's honestly very easy to miss stuff. Here's a bio bed. Second piece to our lab chair. And if you scan again, you'll just get titanium, or it depends on what's used. Alright, so we can't actually scan this, sadly. It would be nice to get a even better version. Just gonna go up again. Throw 2 back. Alright, second piece to our battery terminal. But for a more advanced air tank, you'll need to find the actual blueprint for it. Alright, first piece to a bioreactor. Got a chest with lead in it. Alright, and on this floor, got a spotlight. It's good for making your base look nice, at least at night. More stuff. Got another piece to the wake maker right there. So that's 2 pieces of the wake maker right there. I didn't even realize there was 2 here. Yeah, this area is so good for loot. Alright. Got cicada debris recipe. That'll just show you on the scanner station where to find more debris area. This. And we got our room recipe. Very useful for building bigger bases. In fact, I would say it's almost necessary, but I might just skip past all this. I don't know if he gives us any recipes. Alright. Just gonna turn off some of these signals. There's camp 1, there's life pod. We've almost used most of our scanner battery. Another cool thing about some of these batteries is you can see it on your HUD, which is nice, but it's also on the gun itself. If you look on the gun, you can see a half battery right there. Just have to give these guys a little whack. Just gotta say hello back, you know? That's all they want. It's okay. Hello. There we go. It's all friendship. That's all it is. Okay, we are...
Oxygen.
So those necrolysis, those are very useful. But not until you get your Tadpole. Or if you need to make strong acid for any reason. Those are probably one of the things without a guide. It is a little bit annoying to find. That was one of the few things that I really struggled with. It took a scanner station for me to finally figure out how to find, because I thought they were in these bloom clusters. So I was thinking it's sort of a, it sounds like it would be something related to this. But alas, it was not. But yeah, that's kind of a cool feature. Most of these guns should have it, that one does. And even the wake maker as well will have a battery display on it. It's just a nice little feature. It would be cool too once the HUD is a more optional thing. Then you'll be able to maybe play without a HUD. That'd be kind of cool, because then you could actually see the battery on your gun. Although, I would not want to play without a HUD just because of the O2 meter and the compass, and probably the depth at the top. Actually, yeah, I think without the HUD I would be struggling. Alright, we're back at our base. Okay, so in order to make this, we're going to need the sonic resonator. We'll need a actual base, same with the wake maker. But we can make our standard air tank right now, so let's make that. Yep, 75. Let's get some water. Oh, I put the water back in, oops. Copper wire in there, and let's start making our base. So I'm just gonna build my base where I always build it. I just like building here. It just is a nice looking area to me. It's very near the life pod. And we didn't grab enough titanium, so we're just going to go back and grab some titanium. And if we have one of these lockers that has titanium in it, this one kind of does. This one has more. We can just drop this over here. Start building. Alright. Well, that might be in the way of my building, not sure. Probably will be. Okay, so maybe I want like right here, and then I'm gonna build on top of this. Right here. I want about this height, just because I like having a bit more room for the Moonpool. Oops.
30 seconds.
This is kind of a mini tech, technically, I guess, if you're having trouble figuring out where to put, like if it's not connecting anywhere, because maybe it's too high, so these support beams won't be there. Mini tech, I guess. It's the Loopy tech. I don't know, maybe it is. Alright, so we need quartz. See if I can just get some quartz over here so I don't have to go back. Better room. If you have your scanner out, you just instantly break it instead of you having to collect it or press the button multiple times. Alright, we're full on quartz. He wants to say hi to us, probably. Hello. This isn't exactly where I build my base, but it's good enough. It's in this vicinity. Alright, we'll just drop that underneath. Maybe I'll even put it a little bit higher. Just in case it has trouble detecting it. That is also something to mention too. If you have one of these in the way and you're trying to build like a moon pool and you're trying to place stuff, it might not be able to because maybe you have a water locker underneath. Or if you're too close to the ground, sometimes building a moon pool and trying to place like a vehicle fabricator or a tadpole dock will not work. Let me just get rid of that. Alright, so we're gonna need more titanium, so let's go look for some titanium. If there's any under here. There is. We got one. We got two. Now we build our locker. Storage locker inside. Yeah. Okay. Let's build right here, just our first storage locker.
Oxygen.
Alright. To power this bad boy up, put some solar panels on top. And put a fabricator right here for now. Alright, so once we get our materials over here, then we can build the wake maker. Our copper wire and everything. We can start zooming around. Let's grab this. There's anything inside that we can grab too, might as well. More titanium, quartz, and our nutrient block. But we can start eating any of the fish or fauna around here as well. Okay, drop this right here. This in here for now. Unorganized, but it's just starting storage. Alright, so we are going to need... Oh, we didn't take the copper wire, did we? Okay. Can we make the grease, or did we grab that? No, we didn't. Alright, let's grab that too. The Noetic Advisor has something else for me. Let's skip through all that. I guess mark some stuff here. These actually does mark good things for you. Like good locations that you'd want to visit for blueprints or for story stuff, so it is very useful to do the quests. I guess it's kind of like mini quests. Or like go to this location and just left mouse button, but you know. Useful. Here's our battery terminal. So we're gonna make the wake maker. We needed our wiring kit, grease, a basic battery, backup battery, and now the wake maker. Nice. Alright, let's put another locker on the other side. Just throw everything in here. I do have a backup battery, but I'm just going to throw it in there as well. Just because we're going to go loot really quick. Get some copper. And this is just connecting back to the starting base. For the life pod. This also comes with a light, which is very nice. Very handy. It's like the Sea Glide in Subnautica 1. Alright, a couple more titanium. And we head out. Alright, let's see. Where is our room? Expand this back just to give us more breathable room here. Expand it by 2. Maybe 4 per side. Alright, expanded. Do on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Okay, so we don't have any lights in here, but lights also drain your battery, and we don't really have a lot of power options right now because we need to scan the electric turbine or the bio reactor. I'm trying to remember what it was called there. Alright, nice. We're gonna need more titanium, but we're just drop off our resources. And get some water back at the life pod. Oh. Might be out of water now. Oh, there's our system chip. Nice. That was probably for making the wiring kit. Okay, grab some water slugs. Alright. There we go. Let's see, our health is at 92. Let's see if it goes up or not. Because maybe the food needs to be at like 99. Same with water at 99. I think that might be it. Yeah, I think it needs to be maybe at like 90. Alright, so back to go find some more titanium. Might do a little bit of a scouting adventure here. A little bit farther from the nest. Actually, this would be perfect, right? Yeah, here's our life pod. And it's what? Right southwest? Southwest. Right below is this tadpole fragment. Our second one right here. Nice, we got the Moonpool unlocked. Oh, I didn't actually realize it unlocks the Moonpool just for you scanning that for the second time. Cool. Really streamlined it. Alright, air bladder all the way to the top. Okay, let's try to get some more resources. Can't forget to say hello to the crabs. Hello. Very important part of the guide. If we do see any metal scrap, it's also really good to take. Or any metal salvage. And while these might look like not much of the distraction flares right now, they can be extremely useful for certain larger predators. Okay, here we have a dive elevator.
30 seconds.
It goes about 250 meters deep. So good for going down quick. Go another metal salvage. And let's scan this for titanium. Ah, here's a beacon. Nice. First fragment. And how much room do we have? Got a decent amount still.
Oxygen.
Alright, we should be fine still. See that one? Right here. And up we go. Two more. Back we go. So you can actually make the tadpole relatively quick, which is pretty nice. Actually surprising how quick you can make it. It's just more your first playthrough. If you're not using anything, it can take you a little bit longer. At least for me, it took took a while trying to find all the appropriate ingredients. Alright, back at the base. So, I'm going to throw a fabricator somewhere in the middle of this wall. Okay, we're going to scrap this one. Oh, I can't deconstruct it for some reason. Oh, there we go. Whoa. Is there a beacon in there? I'm not sure. Oh. Oh, because it's just... Alright, I see. I was wondering what happened. Okay. Oh, nice. You can make the portable lockers too. Cool. Right, so we still need a lot of titanium. So we can just mark that. I hear someone eat. That's weird. Alright. Put another locker over here. And just throw everything in here. Although, let's convert this first. Never nutrient block. Alright, now let's see. We're in the 90s. We'll see if it heals us. There we go. Yep. 94 health. 95. Yeah, it goes up pretty quick. Yep. Okay, we need to make our battery terminal as well. Seeing if there's anything else we can make. Ah, here we go. So we do need another lead for sonic resonator, so it's useful we found one. Where is... Actually, we should probably get some windows. Well, maybe not that big. Use the windows over here instead. Just get a bit of lighting in here. So where is our battery? Oh, there's our battery terminal. Okay. Scanner station, copper wire. Okay, let's make our copper wire. And now we can throw all of our batteries in there. Oh, excess batteries. And we had a backup battery in one of these. That one. Place batteries, charge this one. And convert our metal salvage. Salvage titanium. Moonpool. Put over here for right now. Alright, so there's our Moonpool down. It's pretty small right now. I kind of want to make it a little bit bigger. But maybe I'll expand the base that way first before I do that. I guess we're not doing too much in here, so... Okay. You need to leave enough room for if you were to put a tadpole dock, it needs to have a good amount of room on either side. Almost like this amount of room right here. Almost like half a room size, or maybe a room size on either side. So that still might not be enough room. I might have to shorten this to put it there. Let's go get our last tadpole. Very good. Grab some of these on the way. Oh, water. Is that metal salvage? mind. There we go. Oh, here's the beacon. Last part of the beacon. Dive elevator. 2. What do we got? More metal salvage. More metal salvage.
Oxygen.
Alright, we're gonna dive below here. There's an interesting little cavern. I'll show you at least one. Right by this wreck right here, which is 275 meters from the life pod there. These are little hidden areas or bunkers that you can find. And when you use the biobed, you get more endurance. Or you'll get a hidden feature that pops up. Advanced wiring kit as well. And our rebreather. Will be very useful. And a first part of our power storage. This shelf. Oh. Well, here we go. This is a tadpole. I wasn't even going to show this one. I'm not going to scan that one. Okay, got part of a single bed. Got a floor locker. Lots of goodies in this one. Okay, I think that's pretty much everything. So for sizes like these of ores or materials, you're going to need your sonic resonator. What do we have here? Lithium. Nice. You can find more lithium right in there. We're going to this wreck. Just gonna take a look in that cave. I don't know if I've ever actually been in it. It's a big cave. Oh, that's too bad. There is a Moonpool recipe in here as well, if for whatever reason the second fragment doesn't lock it for you. And here's our giant clam. Now something interesting happens if you touch these, so I highly recommend touching them. Maybe I won't.
Oxygen.
Let's just go up first. We're using more oxygen than we normally would because we were at such a low depth. Without the rebreathing. Let's grab our tadpole fragment and then maybe we can grab that lithium there. Oh, never mind. The power doesn't seem to work on the wave maker. I thought it would, but it doesn't. Oh, never mind. I think you need the sonic resonator. Okay.
30 seconds.
Okay, grab this and then get out. There's our final tadpole fragment. Still need to swim a little bit. Now we can head back. Yeah, these batteries aren't really working right now. Hopefully that's something that'll change. Oh, never mind. I thought on the left and right, close to his thumb, I thought those were where his wrists are. I thought that was like the middle part of his wrist. But on the top part, like, how do I even, right there. That's where the battery is. Okay. I thought it was those blue bars. Alright, so that was our life pod, and here's our base. So now we have the Tadpole dock and vehicle fabricator unlocked, but we're going to need to make our processor, which makes mild acid. So we make some mild acid. Takes the acidic rhyome pouch and copper. Okay, so processor. Alright, and the biolab, I'd like to make one of those too. Copper wire. Hopefully we won't be out of power. Okay, we might need more power now. So I'm gonna take the dash over the Pathfinder. And passive biomod, we could take... I don't know. I kind of like the O2 one just because I find this one to be a little bit loud. But the other one's probably better. This one might be better for building though. Flowing your oxygen right. Alright, scanner. Here's our solar panels. Few of these up. Help us get through the night. Okay, all our stuff in these lockers. Lots of metal salvage for later. Right now. Oh, we got room. Alright, so for our processor, we needed titanium ingots. 2 titanium ingots. Silver ingot and copper wire. Okay. Also got some metal salvage right here. And we do need a little bit of water. Which one did I have you in? Oh, it must be in the water locker below our base. Let's build another storage locker. Maybe a floor locker just right here. I actually almost forgot. This is really important, so make sure that you build one of these. So you can't have a proper base without a Reaper Leviathan in it, so... Yep. Very good. Alright, now we're gonna go try to find another fragment for the hydroelectric turbine. Grab some metal salvage on the way. Can't really do much on this biome without the sonic resonator, so I'm just gonna leave.
30
take a look around here. So we have another dive elevator fragment. A metal salvage we can take. Not really seeing too much. Let's see what's down here. Now, this, when you get the notification of the spider dome, the amount of quartz in here is incredible. So, if you are in need of quartz, make sure to come here.
30 seconds.
And below is an interesting area. Alright, there's another portable locker. Alright, take a look over here. I think we might have been... yeah, we were at this one. Now there is more of a wreck down here. All in that area right there. So we'll take a look. Oh, the noetic advisory again, huh? Always has something to say. Okay, more metal salvage. Anything else that's good? More metal salvage, we'll take that. To make that rebreather too.
Oxygen.
I love that air bladder, it is so useful. We still got power though, right? Yes, it's just barely. Okay. We can't use the processor at night because we don't have enough power. But we got a lot of titanium. Which we need a lot, so... nutrient block over here. And try to get that water. Looked like we had a water slug in there as well. Yeah, we do. Okay. Let's take all of this. Still put that right there, just in case for when we're creating the tadpole. I don't want there to be any issues with it somehow detecting that, so. Let's make one more battery. Okay, so for this is the one that we needed fiber mesh for. Alright. And a system chip. We might actually need to get more silver. So we're getting pretty low. And more copper for sure. This is almost turned into a playthrough now at this point. Okay, let's grab this. That one. Oh wait, somehow I swapped. Oops. There we go. Alright, so next we're going to get the tadpole up and going. Again, we're going to need more copper. nutrient block. There's another wake maker fragment down here. All the copper we can find in here. This game is definitely one of these, think you don't need that resource right now, so you don't grab it, and then you'll need it later. Alright, so we should probably grab those cysts now, those necrolized cysts, because we're going to be needing them, so. Let's make the tadpole. So it's just, where's the life pod? It was about northwest from the life pod.
30 seconds.
Ah, there we go. That's where we're looking. It's about north then of the life pod. Northeast. It's always a little bit more tricky, I think. Southeast, so northwest, okay. Water on us? See my lights on here to see. Gotta wait till day. We're about to lose power. Okay. It's almost day now. Sun is rising. So let's load this. It's no power, but there we go. Power's coming back. Yeah, let me throw all this back in there. Another floor locker actually should be useful. But we don't have the quartz, so this will have to do. Okay, we have a couple things. Cook our food. We have a lot of water. And we're gonna have some food just so we can start healing. And following these cords as well can be helpful, but those blue lights are probably going to be your best bet at finding useful blueprints, finding just useful areas to go to. And obviously if you see a downed wreck like this, it's obviously a good place to be going to go check out if you need anything. Like metal salvage, if you need any blueprints still that you might not have had. Here's a flashlight, which is at the beginning, but I haven't... I keep forgetting to grab it, so...
30 seconds.
There it is once again to find. don't see anything else there. Let's see if there's anything useful over here. We got a Wakemaker fragment and some chests. Extraction flare. Some battery. I'm just gonna equip this since we're surrounded by these guys. Some of them will go follow. It's not a must to go do that. Again, you can kind of like try to dodge around a lot of those, but it can be useful for those. I think distraction flares are better off to be used for a certain larger, interesting Leviathan creatures, Leviathan class species. Okay, so here's a light. I wonder if there's anything down here. Salt, very useful. And got another bunker. Our first repair tool. That'll help you get into locked wrecks. We've got a bioreactor. A basic battery. Nice. Endurance adapt. Or adapt. Okay, we actually got quite a bit of copper down here. Another salt. These guys are kind of fun. They'll give you a pretty good ram if you're in a moon, not a moon, if you're in a tadpole. So we can't go over in this area because we're missing the heat tolerance, which we'll need to use the sonic resonator to get our adaptation, and that is about southwest of our base, west and southwest. And more down stuff here. We've got the habitat. Well, we've still got lots of room in our inventory, so we can grab this. Water, metal salvage. Quartz. Oh, there's another wreck right here, nice. Water. Salvage. So now we should be good on titanium, I would say, for at least a while. I really do like getting metal salvage for it because you can just hold so much metal salvage. Is this a wakening? Yep. Being useful wall rack. That's 3. Alright, and we haven't been to Camp 1 too much, except briefly explore it. So we can see what's all around Camp 1. Got more quartz, and we did need silver, which we should grab. That we're here. Should be the last. Oh, never mind. I thought that was a bioreactor. Ooh, ceiling light though. That's good. lot to say. Okay, there's a lot of titanium in there. This, ooh, a power cell's really nice. 1 out of 2. Painting. Alright, not a whole lot of blueprints here. Not as much anymore. Better backup battery. Alright, let's grab the silver. Oh, here's another. Oh, here's the hydroelectric turbine. That's 2 out of 2 for that. There we go. That'll help for the power situation. Oh, nice. That also gives you the power transmitter. Time to look around. Alright, here's the current. Any more silver that we haven't gotten? And there is. That should be our inventory full. Yep. Hold one more. There we go.
30 seconds.
Alright, now we're good to get back to base, start building a lot more, and hopefully be able to build this tadpole. Except, I might need more quartz too, but that's okay. We have where the spider dome is. That massive coral, crab, molt. Lots of quartz in there. Alright, here we are. Change recipe. When do we want to do first? Silver ingot, maybe? Just need one. It'll take 1 minute. Okay, so we're going to need 2 copper wire. We're going to need glass. Okay. Can we build another floor locker? Yes, we can. Over here. Just for all of our goodies. There we go. That'll salvage. And just in case you built in, hold on, let me change recipe. Oh, that copper ingot. Just in case you would have built in a location that you haven't, that might be a little bit far away from the life pod, you're going to want to make a bio bed in just in case. So your respawn point is safe. Alright, next up, we're going to go back to the spider dome area. Might be able to go here, just see how much quartz is in here. Decent amount. There's probably some more in there, but there it is. It's massive. Massive coral dome. Even has an oxygen tunic inside. Perfect for the amount of time you might need to spend in here. And on one trip, we're already full. Heading back. And inside we can build our tadpole dock and vehicle fabricator now. Should have enough. Glass, copper wire. Alright. Here's our tadpole dock. There. Do we have enough room for our vehicle fabricator? We do? Okay. Next. Here's the vehicle fabricator. And we're going to mark that. Let's unmark. U2. Alright, so now we need glass again. And I need a titanium ingot. 2 titanium ingots. Let's change recipe. Move those up. Need a power cell. So we need to make strong acid as well, which is why we got the necrolysis. And then we're going to need to make a system chip. So we'll need a wiring kit, which is going to take copper wire. Okay, we're good on that. So now we just gotta wait until we can build it. We can decorate a little bit in here though. Glass. We need to make sure we have enough, at least one glass. Alright. Change recipe. Strong acid. Alright. Let's take a look at our decorations. Nice. So if we go with a dining table, don't really have a desk. Probably don't want to put it there. Maybe right here. Oh, this is actually pretty big. Okay. Realize it was as big as it is. Ooh. Sea moth statue. Nice. Love that little guy. Okay. And maybe a poster. Subnautica 1. Alright. So that should be everything we need to make the power cell. There is our power cell. And now we're going to make the tadpole. Here it is in all of its glory. It's beautiful. So now, a lot more defended, feel a lot better. Zoom around. But our base is lacking now because we need some hydroelectric turbines. So I'm just going to place two, at least one right here so we can get the resources automatically from our base. And we're going to place this transmitter right here to connect it. And we're going to go as far as we can until we get to a current. Now we might need more copper than what we have right now, so we're gonna have to go cave diving here. Yeah, we're gonna have to. First, let's put our stuff away.
30 seconds.
And let's see, where else? Nutrient block. Oop. There we go. Alright. So, don't mind that. I'm an excellent driver. So technically you could probably fill your base up with 100 different solar panels, or even connect your base to a base that has 100 different solar panels if you wanted. But it's just going to take a lot of resources for that much power. And you could connect it to something like current or even a bioreactor. So you're not having to worry about gathering resources for that long. Probably copper. Oh, yeah. I was looking for that cave. There's 3. I need a decent amount. Just a bit more. The nice thing, again, about having a vehicle like this is you don't really have to worry about going to the surface as much now. As long as nothing happens, obviously, to your handy dandy tadpole. We got a copper wire here. Nutrient block. A little bit more copper just in case. So again, we're just looking for caves that could have it. Here we go. Some copper down here. Big silver node up as well. Cool looking area. Some more titanium. We are good on titanium for a little bit anyway. I thought that was gonna open up for a second. This is something where You're going to want to be exploring these areas to their fullest extent. There's lots of hidden goodies, lots of hidden areas, potentially, you know, a good amount of bunkers in this game as well to explore.
30 seconds.
And I do like that. It's always fun to explore when a game rewards you for it. So it's crazy. We've been playing for almost an hour and a half now. And we have only relied on nutrient blocks for the most part. I think maybe we had one fish, but we have more than enough nutrient blocks because of all the wrecks that we've been to. So they're sustainable for you for a while. Alright, so we're going to use that little trick again. And we're just going to deconstruct them all. Same with this. Construct it, just so we have all of that in our inventory. Not sure if something dropped as well, but... Alright, so there is a current that we're going to from this base. There's one right there, so that's where I'm taking this. So, wherever your base is, try to scout out areas like that. There's also thermal plants that you'll be able to heat your base up as... not heat your base up, give yourself power from the heat. So those can also be useful as well. Alright, now we're gonna have to get some titanium, and then we'll throw down those hydroelectric turbines.
30 seconds.
Let's make it close enough. There we go. Try to throw 2 down, increase our power. And now you can also use power storages as well. We only found 1 right now. Alright, there we go. So your power storage will, for example, let's say you had 100 solar panels. Then you would be good throughout the night, no matter what, because of the power storage, helping keep your base afloat, essentially. Because it had been charging all throughout the day. I think we only, yeah, it doesn't show right here, but we have 1 out of 2 scanned. And you just throw it on your base and it'll just start collecting power for you automatically. Okay, so for the sonic resonator, we are going to need lead. Let's need 2 titanium ingots. And a battery. We have an extra battery here. See if we had any of those other batteries. I might need to go get more acidic pouches. There. And they do come back over time, so you'll be able to come back and go get them. Did we use almost all of our titanium? We did. Wow. So that's how quick your titanium can go. I think you have a healthy supply of it, and then just ends up getting away from you. Alright, so put the wiring kit away. And now we just need lead. Oh, no, to get the top. Great driver, don't worry about that. Alright, so I believe, and I could be wrong here on this part, and I believe that there is lead past Camp 1. Yeah, I know that Noetic. He always has something to say. Yes, there is. Okay. So for this lead, you'll need a sonic resonator, but you just need a little bit of lead. Another small chunk right here. And another tadpole fragment by this Altera wreck. Watch it, buddy.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, so now we can head back. Go build the sonic resonator, get our heat tolerance. And that might be good for this starter guide. Kind of get your feet wet, so to speak, in the game. There's still plenty of fragments to scan, still plenty of things to see. This is just more or less just getting you the starter basics, teaching you a little bit about things. And if you already knew all this, well, I don't know what to say. Guess you can be teaching the next guide. Here's the sonic resonator. There we go. Let's equip that.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Just charge really quick. Oh no, we don't have a repair tool. It's also something to be wary of too. This will be destroyed if it reaches 0, so you're going to want to find more fragments to the repair tool. Checking wrecks is your best bet for that. Alright, so in order to fix this, I'm going to follow this giant tentacle coral thing. Pop. Watch out for these guys. They do a lot of damage. Getting up on you.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, so that's one done. Now we have to go head to the second one. And again, watch out for these guys. It's a lot easier because we have a tadpole. There we go. see, they also poison as well, so bringing a medkit for these guys can also be handy, especially if you don't have a tadpole. Might want a medkit as well, maybe 2 medkits. Oh, I think there was still might have been one more. There might have been 3 in each location, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Oh yeah, there definitely was 3 here. Because we were supposed to pop open this bad boy, right? Yeah. There it is. Little sneaky one. Let's open back up. The infection is cured here, which means it was 3. Alright. Head to the other one. Clear that one out. Be good to go. It's a little bit silly that I didn't do that, but...
Welcome aboard, Captain.
And where is the other? Right here.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright. And we go all the way back. And here is the angel comb. Ready to be cleansed. They're attacking my tadpole down there. We have saved the city. No touch. This fully heals us, fully gives us food, and we have heat tolerance. Which is what
Welcome aboard, Captain.
didn't fully heal our tadpole though, sadly. Alright, so now if you head, let's see, head in a east from the life pod, you should arrive east southeast, you should arrive into the heat biome, and from there continue on to your adventure or continue to expand your base. I recommend just taking more of your time exploring more bases, just having fun. That kind of concludes this beginner's guide. I think we went over a decent amount. You can make your base quite a bit nicer. You can stack on top of it. You can expand out like this. You can make windows different sizes as well. You can put a base on top of a base, and then, or a room on top of a room, put a ladder in between so you can go up and down. And Yeah, there's a lot more room pieces to find. There's more power to have. You know, you can light up your base so at night it's a lot easier to see. Might be looking cool to get to. Put a beacon on top of your base. That way it's easy to see. Or easy to find, I should say. Get the signal. If your base is far down, you can use a dive elevator to go to it, or if there's a place that you just want to go that's far down, use a dive elevator. You could use a beacon as well, and then of course there's just a bunch of decorations you can add.
30 seconds.
So, guess without further ado, thank you for watching this video, and I hope it has helped you hopefully in some way. If not, hopefully it was entertaining. If it wasn't either, then, yeah, see ya. Seriously though, thank you for watching, and... okay. Alright, so I was kind of thinking about this video a couple hours later, and I realized I didn't even show where the repair tool was, or where you can get upgrades from the
Power
biomod.
connected. All systems online.
So for the biomod, you can actually unlock more modifications, passive biomods, from scanning, but you can't have the scanner. You need the bioscanner, which I'll show later on. It's more, I mean, this isn't really beginner territory anymore. This is like very late game territory. I mean, extremely late game territory at this point in early access. But I figured I should show that because it's probably one of the questions people would also have if they were curious about that stuff. I know I was. I didn't even realize that till not long ago. So let's start with the repair tool. So we'll go get to a few wrecks, go check out if we can find this blasted repair tool. And I couldn't actually remember if I showed you for the sonic resonator. Just do a quick zap like that, you're good to go. I'm pretty sure I showed.
Captain.
After this chill guide thingy, I was, oops, it's this way, my bad. After this chill guide thing, I was, working on a base, so I was a little bit distracted with what I was doing. Working on a collector Leviathan base, which is pretty fun to do, and he is a feisty guy though. Alright, so we go to this wreck, and this was one of the repair tools. I didn't even realize it's literally trying to tell you, you can open these doors with the repair tool. And I thought you still needed a laser, let's say laser pointer, it's a laser cutter. We have another room recipe there. And another, oh, last piece of the bioreactor, nice. But yeah, I thought... I thought we needed the laser cutter still. Didn't realize the repair tool is kind of a 2-in-1, which is nice because really the laser cutter was just taking up room for those wrecks in your space. It was cool. But I would almost like if they had that back, but you could get a laser upgrade for the repair tool. I think that would be kind of cool. Instead of you just repairing, well, even if you could repair the door, but if they brought back cutting open those doors in wrecks, or I guess you kind of like cut a circle in it and then, but still, that was fun. I loved when they had that. Felt like a spy in a movie. Alright, so where is this last one again? Okay, here's our base, and then we're just gonna go southwest. This isn't like the most professional guide ever. I just figured maybe there's some people who just wanted something chill, but something easy to listen to as well. Don't need to show a bunch of quick edits and stuff or anything like that. Maybe one dude out there, one dudette, find this useful. Alright, we'll try this as well, because I remember that we looked at this, but I don't think we went in. No, we didn't go inside, I think. Because we already had the Moonpool fragment. Okay, so let's take a look around. Ah, very important. Nice, and here's our repair tool. Last one. We have the dining table. Here we have one. There's another processor. Oh, poster. And so it's kind of one of those things too, like, I don't really even need to show you this. I was thinking about that as well, like, these are easier things to find. There's the Moonpool. It's honestly just exploring and finding these wrecks. That's really all it is. Oh, can we scan this, or did we? Oh, we can't scan this one. Too bad. That's really the power storage. That's too bad. Alright, so now we can make the repair tool. I want to look in this wreck really quick as well. I don't think you needed a sonic resonator for this one. High capacity air tank, nice. Okay. Oh. We have the power transmitter? No, we didn't. Very useful as well. Room recipe, another room recipe. There are 2 batteries, nice. One thing I've noticed in these wrecks, oh, beautiful, best poster right here. 100% worth to show this. Love that poster. That one in real life. Power cell terminal. Second one. Yeah, one thing I've definitely noticed is in most of these wrecks, they try their best to have like things like the processor in them, so you don't need to go to a bunch of different ones. It's like, no, there's just a processor and a good amount of them, because it is an integral component, and I do like that. They have subtle clues like that as well with the repair tool. It's like, maybe you should try using the repair tool on this. Just me being a Subnautica 1 player, or many playthroughs. Just so used to the laser pointer. Okay. Here's our nice creepy base. Okay, so we need sulfur and titanium. Sorry, this is... Wait, do we have the... I think we have... Or did we pick it up? I don't think we have this storage. Alright, let's go grab sulfur, which we can find in the heat biome, or the hot biome, or the volcano biome. Alright, so here's one of the creatures that you can scan right here. Right to your right. For a passive mod. Very useful passive mod too. It's just kind of sucks it's so late into the story or into the game to kind of grab that.
Water temperature rising. Hydrothermal vents are a dependable source of minerals and power.
At least to me, I don't like rushing through. I usually like taking my time in biomes and stuff like that normally. So, let's see what we got. Any sulfur down here? Well, I hear a beep. Must be below us still. Ooh, another one of these rooms. Nice. The Nook. Nice. That's a nice looking
The
building.
Noetic advisor has transmitted an
Another
alert.
passive. There's
Return
power
to the
transmitter.
lifeboat at your convenience.
Ah, here we go.
Dexterity
Power
upgraded.
storage.
Full
Beautiful.
quick access improved.
And that was our 6th slot. Very useful one. Alright. I think, generally speaking, sulfur is going to be probably more around those volcano domes.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
So let's go look near there. We got another blueprint. Roof antenna. More of a decoration, but not. Another one. Another Moonpool. And lots of Moonpool recipes, which is really good to see too. Even though you unlock it from the Tadpole. So I think the Tadpole fragments are pretty plentiful as well. There's some gold up here. And I think that is sulfur. Yes, it is.
Heat warning.
More sulfur. Alright. Let's get out of here before they destroy our handy dandy tadpole. Honestly, you could probably grab another handful of it.
Heat warning.
I am curious how many more passive mods they'll add. Because that is a cool feature. Because it gives you a reason to scan them other than just lore or little notes that could help you with dealing with the creature. Like, for example, I think it says something, I'm guessing it does, to use a distraction player for a Leviathan. At least that's what it worked. I'm pretty sure it was worded that. There was a word or something like that in the first game with the Reaper Leviathan. Could be wrong, but I could be right. Alright, repair tool.
The dual mode repair tool combines plasma arc welding and fabricator assist to handle bulk or precision repairs. Though optimized for dry welds, it performs acceptably when wet.
Yeah, and right there, she tells you what it does. It's just, you know, you get excited you got it, and then it's like, you just ignore everything that she's saying. Alright, put stuff away, and then we can go show you how the passive biomods work. Yeah, that should be fine.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, go switch to that right away. Oh, and before we do, power storage really quick. Just forgot. There it is. So for this, you need a
Welcome aboard.
uranium ingot, which is just 2 lead. And then you would also need salt. And then with the power storage, you just place it anywhere. Place it on a wall right here, and you're good. You'll just get your passive storage built up overnight. It'll be in that left this corner right here. It'll fill up all the way throughout the day as long as you have a good amount of power. Alright, now we can switch over.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Alright, I was about to go show the bioscanner and everything like that on my other
Power
save.
connected. All
Then
systems
I
online.
couldn't remember if I had shown how to properly set this up as to why people have had more problems with this. Because this was another thing as well. I think I kind of explained it, but when you put the vehicle fabricator down, it needs a good amount of room so that way you yourself can get behind and be able to access it, as well as to be able to build certain things. I probably wouldn't be able to build the third chassis that you get, the hull chassis, because the room itself isn't big enough. So in order to do that, you're probably, for this base, I would need to expand quite a bit, and then probably put the dock more over, and then have the building room for the fabricator, just to have it right here, like, so just so there's more room. Like the dock would be probably down here, and then fabricator could have all this room, and then maybe even a little bit bigger. Maybe I'd need to move it over once this also expands. Hopefully I'm kind of explaining that right. Essentially, it needs a lot of room for certain sizes of equipment or vehicles. I would imagine too, when they're going to add bigger vehicles, you might even need like a large amount of space for your Moonpool. It would be kind of nice if they added just to show you a visual, like a little bit of a red thing here or something, just so that way you could be like, oh, there's just not enough room to build. And then green is in, okay, the Moonpool's wide enough that you can build here. Hopefully I explained that well enough. But yeah. And then as well as what I was saying earlier too, with how high you want to be from the ground. If you're too low to the ground, I mean, if you're all the way down here, there's going to be no way to get your tadpole. Like if you have a Moonpool and your base is right here off the ground, there's no way your tadpole will be able to get underneath that, right? So you also have to think and kind of plan out where you want to put your tadpole and your Moonpool. Sorry, your Moonpool. Where you would want to put it so that way you have enough room. Anyways, let me show you the bioscanner now that I've butchered this explanation. I know, Reaper.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
This was a small base I was working on for probably around 5 hours. I had a separate video on this, but yeah, this took a lot of resources to build. Very fun though. Once I finally got it up and working, I mean, I could have had a video in itself, but yeah. Alright. Onward to show the bioscanner. Alright, so we are approaching first scanner creature that we can use with the bioscanner. Here's the coral crab, which we already scanned. And using the bioscanner, scan it again. And now we know water retention. So, like I think I was saying earlier, it gives you an incentive to scan more of these creatures and try to find a good amount of passive biomes. I guess you could always look up to if you don't want to do that, you could always look at the certain creatures you need to. But there's a lot of interesting lore on some of these creatures, which is cool to read. If that's something you're interested in.
Power connected.
Anyways, here
All systems
is my
online.
main base. And as you can see, this dock's fine. Now, what I was saying with the vehicle fabricator, I'm pretty sure it doesn't let me build this one right here. It might need to be over right here. Just because of where it wants to build it, which is right in front of it. Now, this is an excessive Moonpool. You definitely don't need one this size. This is more just for looks. And this is kind of what it would look like when you get your base all set up and good to go. There's a lot of room in here. You could throw a lot more storage lockers and stuff. And yeah, so where is our biolab right here? Oh, so this was also for scanning the collector Leviathan. Emit a sonar pulse to highlight nearby resources. Okay, that's actually pretty cool. I realized we had that. Ah, okay, so it also tells you other active mods, how you can acquire them because we have this. Okay, so I didn't even need to show you. So it'll show you exactly what you need. Perfect. Okay. So for example, water retention. If we equip water retention, gain more water from all sources with enlarged orca-like kidneys. So I'm guessing we would get more water from like water slugs, but I'm not entirely sure. I haven't tested this. I didn't even know we had. I'm actually curious on how the Electro Leviathan one works. Whoa. Okay. That's... Oh my goodness. That is so cool. Wow. Alright, that is awesome. Alright, I was wondering... So I was actually talking about this in my playthrough, and I was wondering why they didn't have the scanner room to work like it did, where it would show you stuff like this. But it does. You just need to scan that guy. Okay, that's really cool to know. Even I learned something in this guide. Right. And then I guess we could quickly test. Where are these water slugs? One thing I do hope they add, haven't seen yet, is sonar. Even if they nerf it a little bit, I just love using it. It was so fun. Water slugs, where are you? Oh, this is another thing too I forgot to mention. If you're having trouble finding them, especially in later biomes,
30 seconds.
there's a good chance that they are in these kind of like coral reef seagrass, yeah, seagrass type stuff. Sometimes they like to hide in here, which makes sense, right? You just gotta look for their purple, blue kind of glow. I don't know why I can't find any. Did I use all of the... Did I use all the water slugs? There we are, there's one. Oh, you can just see showing all of the quartz in here. Oh my goodness. That's awesome. That is so cool. I'm so happy they added that. And it gives you a reason to try to scan him. Alright, and we are back. So, if I drop this, scan here. A little scared. Okay, we'll drop here again. Hey, water secretion. If anyone knows how to sprint in a base, that would be something cool to learn. Because I don't know how that works yet. I also like how you don't have to build any of this, just scan. I really do like that. Okay, slowly fills a water packet by filtering fresh water from the sea. Wow. Okay, I was wondering on how you get more water and stuff too. So a fresh packet, how does this work? It slowly fills a water packet. Maybe it'll just over time put a little water packet in there for you. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff to test out with those. So definitely make a bioscanner. Not a bioscanner. I gotta remember the name of that. This is the bioscanner. Definitely make the biolab. And to get the bioscanner, oh man, it is late game. I don't even know if it's not even a beginner. It's not even in the beginner area at all, but essentially if you find the massive power plant, the alien power plant, and then you know, I'm just gonna show you. Alright, so here is this massive alien observatory. Here is the research base, research outpost. And then we're just going to want to keep going up east. And you'll see this massive power plant in the horizon. Right up there is our wreck that we're looking for. There's several ways you can get in. I'm just going to go through the way that I took. But I think you can go in through the bottom there too. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's located on the bottom there, but this is probably the route most people will see, I would imagine. Alright. We're just gonna go through here. Down here. And this door you'll be able to repair, and it's right here. And I actually couldn't find it on my own. I had to ask, I had to get help. Essentially, I had to ask a developer for assistance, and yeah, I was trying to figure it out by my own. It took, I think I searched for 2 hours and no avail. I was looking everywhere, I just didn't think to look here. And I must have went through this 2 times at least. But bioscanner. Alright. And so I kind of wish there was a bioscanner a lot earlier on in this area. I mean, don't get me wrong, you could just rush right through this and just go get the bioscanner, but still, it's kind of feels like a, at this point in early access, it feels more later. But I'm sure later on, once they add more and more content, that this won't feel as later on in the game. It's just right now, with all the biomods and stuff, it's just Which is cool. Gives you another reason, though, to start scanning stuff, I guess. Alright, now that is officially the end of this basic guide that somehow covered a lot of things and is not really a guide at this point. It's almost like a playthrough, and yeah. Hope you enjoyed this chill chill experience, chill guide, chill gameplay. Yeah. Tried to explain stuff as best
fresh water intake.
I tried to explain stuff best I could, but it is me. Sometimes it gets lost in translation. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but that's probably it. So, once again, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day, great weekend, great week. Take care, have fun playing. Try not to get eaten by Leviathan. He is one hungry boy.